Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jayshaun. I'm back here with another editing tutorial for y'all boys. And in today's tutorial, we got how to do stream flyers. This was recently requested by one of my students in the academy. Okay, so first you want to start off by creating an Instagram like picture and 3000 by 3000 pixels, or you can do 1080 by 1350. Hold on, let me see my other one. It just depends on the client for real, but either 1024 by 1024, 3000 by 3000, or 1080 by 1350. In today's tutorial, we're gonna go 3000 by 3000, just because the image we found on Google as the background. Yes, y'all do want to go to Google and get y'all the background. You can simply search up city view background, and get you a nice background off here. You can search up other different terms. In this case, you can search up Houston, Texas city background, like nice city backgrounds. They have all different. You just gotta get creative with the search term. Also, you can use ChatGPT, which in this case we did. So we're gonna go ahead and drag our image over here. This is the image that ChatGPT gave us. Fire. We're just gonna enlarge it in there. Wow. Nice, simple. You know what I'm saying? We have our images in this one. We're gonna drag it over. I got my boy Rod, and then we got some other stuff. Don't worry about that. My boy ATME. Okay. Now, y'all boys want to make sure y'all pay attention to the client details that he give y'all, and also or your details, because you might be making this for yourself. The details of this flyer is it's a face-to-face video shoot. ATME.times Ride Up Now, Houston, Texas, Sunday, December 7th, 7:45 p.m. DM for details to inquire about your spot. So those are all the text that we're gonna put on this. But first, we're gonna start off with simply cutting. My favorite feature on Photoshop is the remove background feature. It's nice and simple. You can just remove background, but you always want to make sure nothing is too cut. So we're gonna give that one more cut. We're gonna give that one more cut. Let me turn my mic up just so y'all can hear me good. We'll get that one more cut. Chat, can y'all hear me good? Twitch chat. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's all good, but we're gonna just make sure by okay. Yeah, see some, you gotta get in now when it's like little minor things that needs to be erased. That purple can kind of see the eraser tool is on my left. This is the eraser tool, chat. Also, don't click like the what's the word for it? Don't click left click with this tool while you have this available option, because you're gonna need that while you're still erasing and figuring out what is, because you might mess up. Like you might delete this and need to do this, or you could just Control Z, so it can be simple. Control Z is undo tool. But yeah, I think this is cool because we usually cut the bottom half anyway. Yeah, we usually cut the bottom half anyway. Just making sure there's no errors. Yeah, the AI did its thing. Let's fix his hair, his top hair a little bit. Just want to make sure everything nice and precise, for your client or for yourself, because that's very important. I put all of the same effort in all of my clients' work as I would do for myself, because who wouldn't want maximum effort put into their project? I know I would, especially if I'm paying for somebody to do a job, or even if it's myself and I'm not getting paid for it, I would still want maximum effort. Still a little bit of purple right there. Okay. And I kind of use this gliding tool to go hover left and right, and also control plus to zoom in on your keyboard, and control minus to zoom out. Okay, now that this image is pretty much taken care of, we can now head to the next image, which is my boy Rod. Controls minus, like I said again. I'm gonna select the layer. Sometimes it be acting funny if you ain't selecting a layer while like maneuvering through it. So just select that layer on the top right corner over here. Like you gotta select the layer and what you're editing. But you know, again, hit it with a remove background. And in this instant, I think I want to use the other picture. Okay. Let me see. I think I want to use this picture. Yeah, I like this picture, and it was a pretty easier cut, like I predicted. You know. I pretty much had to cut good. Just gotta hit kind of like heal those spots a bit. That it, like, you know, the AI not perfect, but it's okay, you know. Gotta erase that little black outline. I'm probably gonna erase that as a whole. Alright, now it's time to put all of these on here and, you know, size them up. So now that we got our cut images, we can kind of, you know, see what we can do with this. Alright, you want to size it up. Now this is an important step. You want to use the eraser tool on the left side, go up here kind of to the size, you know, in the top left corner. I hope y'all can kind of see, and size this all the way up to 400. Yeah, 400 right here. We can kind of size these down just so it can cut right, or erase right. You know, then we can enlarge them. And once you got it to 400, you can kind of just, let's put it a little bit higher because I like the radius to be, you know, like, it just depends on 400. Sometimes is the right measurement, so you gotta up it a little bit. Let's put it on like 550. Okay, that's good. And you just want to tap. You just want to tap instead of, don't do this, but you can do that. But I prefer to tap, because you'll see why. It'll get that like kind of floating effect instead of like you erased it type shit. You gonna want that floating effect for later. Okay. Same thing with this flyer. Same thing with this guy over here. Kind of leave that floating effect. Now you can enlarge them. Next step. Okay, next step I would pretty much go to where it says filter in the top left corner. Go to camera raw filter, and I'm pretty sure this is a plugin I already installed when you install the Photoshop app. You want to play with the exposure. I'm gonna move my camera over here. You want to play with the exposure a bit at the top. Kind of go up a little bit, not too much. You know, play with the contrast. I usually pretty much use the highlights, shadows, whites, and blacks the same. Same with these temperature. I don't really touch those. You can play with the vibrance and saturation a bit too. You can play with the clarity and texture. This gives it more of a like a series. It give it a more like, if you play with it, you'll see. It give it a good effect though. And also on this detail, this is really important. I love this NR effect. It gives the smoothing of the skin. Sometimes it's like they don't want it smooth, but kind of when you see people like Kai and Rakai flyers and top streamer flyers, a lot of people use the NR tool to like kind of smoothen it out. Let me make sure my audio is straight from stream. Okay, audio is good. Yeah, so we're gonna put this at around, because we don't like to have it too touched. We like to have it just right, put the clarity a bit more. And now let's test it out. Let's see if it's how we want it. It's pretty detailed. We can add a little bit more detail though, but let's kind of add the same thing for him, and it should have saved. Okay, yeah, I see a couple adjustments that we is gonna have to make though. And where's my, okay, don't mind that last thumbnail, chat. I'll be making thumbnails for myself. Freaky ass thumbnails. Let's go ahead and highlights is kind of bad on this, so we're gonna up that. Yeah, but chat, every photo is different. Every photo needs different editing, so just edit everyone accordingly. Yeah, I like that right there. Basically the same settings though. Yeah, we're gonna keep it like that. We're gonna up rise exposure just a little bit. Freak. Exposure. Okay, let's just swap sides and see if it's better looking at this side. No, I like these. I can't seem to see. There we go, we gotta enlarge that a bit. I bet that should be a good, like, kind of thing. Kind of put the same thing on the background, the same effects. Camera filter, exposure a bit. The NR feature. Beautiful background from ChatGPT. Nah, we did too much with it. I'm just go do that again. I don't like that detailing that they did on there. It's smooth. We gotta up this saturation just a bit though. I need to up the exposure a bit. It's kind of dark on the edges. Just kind of play around with it till you get what you like. I'm just trying to figure it out a bit more. Okay, I like that. I like that. And now let's see if, what about this one? I don't know. Let's see this picture real quick, chat. She in Jamaica with an ass out. Oh my god. You gotta recut that shit, I ain't gonna lie. But then that's how it kinda is. Okay, I know what we can do. Yeah, I know what we can do. Alright, so since it's kinda like, y'all see them edges that I kinda wanna, there's like edges of the jacket that kinda did like a little weird edge. First erase that. It's better when you zoom into erase, but sometimes I'll be hitting that bit from deep. You know what I'm saying? Choppy gonna be hitting that bit from deep. Can I erase that? Fuck. Let me lock in real quick, chat. After this, it's just the text. All we gotta add, and like a few final touches. No. I'll see how this look. Gotta do that erase thingy again. Put y'all boys on. See, we got a erase right there. Kind of tilt them a bit. Yeah, that's a lot more cleaner. What the hell is this? I'll leave this whole PSD in the comments below so y'all can have access to all of this. I'm gonna probably speed this part up. Alright, now we just gotta add the effects again. The bitch gotta hit a little bit more. His face kind of too dark on that picture. Yeah, I think that's about right. Okay, bet. Alright, so I like to lock this layer from my background so it don't move. Yeah, that's what I meant to do. So you lock layers, chat. So you're able to just move these. I think that's how I want it. Alright, so about to get some text now. And this exact text style will be in the description below. But if you don't want to download the PSD, I'm about to show you all of the settings. Now I'm probably gonna edit these settings, but you know, for now, here's the settings: is the inner glow settings. You got the color overlay settings, the outer glow settings, the drop shadow settings, and you get this text. And also, we'll leave whatever font that we use, because we're not gonna use this font, but we're gonna switch it. So, you know, we're just gonna play around with it. Alright, so the text that he wants, he said, let's go back to his message. He wants a face-to-face video shoot. Okay. Face-to-face. Oh, I can see an art being on this right here. I never use the art on these type of. Let's just see how it looks. Face to face, kind of looks nice. Video shoot. All of these fonts chat will be in my school community as well. Like I'm gonna drop a free font pack for my school community. Face-to-face video shoot. I kind of like these curves. I never did this like this. With the video shoot, let's kind of play around with that color. Let's give it a bit of like orange, maybe, just to fit the background. You see how that looks? Nah. The red look-y hard. We're just gonna trade all of these to red. Nah, that's tough. That's tough right there. Face-to-face video shoot. What else he wants? Let's go to another one of our flyers to get the. Oh, I don't even have none of my good flyers up here. So we'll just make another one. Here we go. Sunday. I usually do all caps. We're testing something out real quick, chat. This needs spacing. Kinda like how that looks. Just gonna make sure it's centered though. Details. We're gonna put this in red, chat. So I'm gonna change this font. Go ahead and change this shit to red real quick, just so I can see the vision. You're just gonna change the inner glow, the color overlay, and outer glow. Oh, by the way, chat, to do that, you're just gonna right click and hit blending options, and it'll bring you to those. Yeah, kind of like this. I got an idea. Alright, so we're gonna put this under, we want to turn this into like a clear ass font. Make sure that shit's centered. Let's get this like a little acrylic touch too. I think I like this right here. We're gonna add a CC. I'm gonna give y'all boys my main CC for free. New editors, that's called color correction. This gives it a nicer color effect. Hold on, this ain't something right now. There we go. Don't really need it for real. Let's put it on just the background. Alright. This is the final product right here. We're gonna save one version with this picture. And let's see the other version with this picture. Let's see how this picture looks with it. let's kind of erase this bottom half. Also fix this a bit. Y'all boys let me know which one y'all niggas think. We'll leave the full PSD for this down below. I hope y'all niggas enjoyed this tutorial. I hope this helped out niggas who do streaming and, you know, who want to get into editing, and this is how you make stream flyers. Make sure y'all boys hit that subscribe button, like, and let me know what tutorials y'all want next on some shit. And I'm not the boy, I'm not the shits out for y'all every day, no cap.